In this video, we talk about G SYNC, how to enable it and test it out if it's working for you, and if there are some issues, how to try to solve them. So when I bought my TCL display, I actually checked the website and I knew that the specific monitor that I bought actually is FreeSync Premium and G SYNC compatible. Now, if you look on NVIDIA website on nvidia.com, you can see a section called G SYNC monitors, and then you can see what they said. All G SYNC monitors are tested for quality and compatibility with the GeForce gaming platform. So these are the ones that actually tested by NVIDIA. And you can see here, you can find G SYNC Ultimate and G SYNC. And below that, you're going to find G SYNC compatible. All right. But of course, not all the monitors. For example, my monitor is not here and it says G SYNC compatible. But you can see they're actually mentioning here, but also very important to check if you go to the bottom, there are lots of monitors here. It says G SYNC compatible monitors support variable refresh rate in GeForce 10 series and higher GPUs on DisplayPort, and GeForce 30 series and higher GPUs on HDMI 2.1. So what does it tell us? It tells us that if you connect, for example, a monitor via DisplayPort, you can use G SYNC compatible as long as your GPU is from the GTX 10 series or newer. For example, here you can see GTX 1060 plus DisplayPort cable, it will work. But HDMI support for G SYNC compatible is more limited because you need an RTX 30 series on your card and the monitor must have HDMI 2.1. Now, DisplayPort has supported adaptive sync, the tech behind G SYNC compatible, for years, so older GPUs can use it. However, when it comes to HDMI variable refresh rate support, this is newer and tied to HDMI 2.1, which NVIDIA only enables starting with the RTX 30 series. Now, this is from ratings.com, and you can see here they mention for VRR to work, the monitor has to be compatible with your graphics card's VRR feature. Before 2019, only G SYNC monitors work with NVIDIA graphics card. But since then, monitors that natively support AMD's FreeSync VRR feature can still work with NVIDIA's graphics cards thanks to the G SYNC compatibility feature. So also wondering what the difference is between the Ultimate G SYNC and the compatible. So here you go. G SYNC Ultimate, you can see here, features the top NVIDIA G SYNC processors to deliver the very best experience, including lifelike HDR, stunning contrast, cinematic color, and ultra latency gameplay. G SYNC features the NVIDIA G SYNC processor to deliver an amazing experience with no tearing, stuttering, or input lag. Enthusiasts and pro-level gamers can count on full variable refresh rate range and variable overdrive for pristine image and outstanding gameplay. And if you have a G SYNC compatible one, well, it doesn't use NVIDIA processors, but have been validated by NVIDIA to give you a good basic variable refresh rate experience for tear-free, stutter-free gaming. So in other words, it's like NVIDIA's way of saying, well, this monitor uses the Open Adaptive Sync standard, like for example AMD FreeSync, but we have tested it and it works well with NVIDIA graphics card for smooth tear-free gaming. But this is basically the list of all three options. Alright, so that's the difference between those three. Alright, now to how to set it up. Well, you need to do it from the NVIDIA's control panel. You can, for example, from the desktop, just right-click and choose NVIDIA Control Panel, or from the Start menu, just start typing NVIDIA Control Panel and click it. And if it's missing, and for some maybe it might, you can update your NVIDIA drivers, or you can also install NVIDIA Control Panel from the Microsoft Store. Make sure to restart your PC, and then we're going to move on. After you open NVIDIA Control Panel, look to the left sidebar and look for Setup G SYNC. All right, and click it. But before that, what if you can see Setup G SYNC option? First of all, make sure, like earlier, that when you talk about compatibility, which connector to use depends on your graphics card. And make sure, of course, that your monitor indeed, it's either G SYNC, G SYNC Ultimate, or G SYNC compatible certified. I recommend checking the official website to make sure that this is the case. Sometimes, by the way, it can be a problem with the cable. Maybe you can try another cable as well. Another option, make sure to turn on your monitor OSD and make sure Adaptive Sync, FreeSync, or G SYNC compatible, any other option that enables VR is turned on. You might not need to restart your PC, but give it a chance, maybe it will work after that. Ensure that you have also NVIDIA's latest graphics driver. And sometimes people mess around with all the settings on their NVIDIA control panel, so maybe restoring to default might solve the issue. I just want to say a little tip that If your monitor supports variable refresh rate, VRR, but isn't on NVIDIA certified list, mine by the way isn't, you can still try enabling it per game, for example, under Manage 3D Settings and then Monitors Technology and then choose G SYNC Compatible. Alright, next gonna click Setup G SYNC and you get to the screen. You can actually check if you have several monitors, click on the one. If it's not supported, you won't see the option to enable the settings. But you can see I click it, the left one is the TCL that has G SYNC compatible, and you can click enable settings for the selected display model. For, by the way, the enable full screen mode and the window, I'm going to talk about this in a moment, same goes to the notification at the bottom. So basically what this does, it activates G SYNC, or again the G SYNC compatible mode, for the specific monitor you've highlighted in the list. So if you have multiple displays, you can choose which ones will use G SYNC, and this box applies the feature only to the selected screen. Without ticking it, G SYNC won't run on the monitor even if it's capable. And what the actual thing that is done behind the scene is basically NVIDIA Control Panels apply the G SYNC configuration to the display, syncing its refresh rate to your GPU's frame rate within the monitor's VRR range. I just wanted a little tip that depends on the cable. Sometimes you'll see that if you connect an HDMI cable, it might limit the maximum refresh rate that you can actually use. So if you want to do that, you want to make sure that the cable that you're actually using does support the maximum refresh rate for your monitor. And the way to check it out, well, you need to right click on your desktop, choose display setting, choose the relevant display at the top, then scroll down until you see advanced display under the related settings section, and then check the choose a refresh rate to see the maximum refresh rate available for your display when connected using that specific cable. And by the way, if you go to Manage 3D Settings and check the monitor technology, you can actually see, for example, for my monitor is G SYNC compatible for the global settings. Of course, yours might be different, depends on the type of G SYNC support that is available for your monitor. Now back to the setup G SYNC, you add the option at the beginning to enable for full screen mode or enable for windowed and full screen mode. Now the first one, the full screen mode, is basically telling G SYNC only to work when a game or app is running in exclusive full screen mode. Now there's some pros of it, again depends, sometimes it's not really, doesn't matter, but maybe you can expect slightly lower input lag in some cases and less chance for variable refresh rate conflicts with other apps, specifically other desktop apps. A problem that might arise is that if you run games in borderless windowed mode, G SYNC won't activate. So in this case, you want to enable the second option that also allows you to get G SYNC with windowed applications, not just in full screen. And it's also recommended to disable in-game VSync, set it to manual FPS cap, slightly below your monitor refresh rate, and use NVIDIA Reflex. And another recommendation is to make sure that borderless work kind of similar to how full screen works, and can also lead to better performance, lower input lag, and allows features like this G SYNC or FreeSync to work properly, is turning on what's called optimizations for windowed games. And this will use a method called the, in quotation, flip model. So this is how you do it. You open Windows settings, go to System, and then Display, scroll down to Graphics and click it. And then you're going to see an option to enable optimizations for windowed games. And you need to make sure it's enabled. It's supposed to be blue, and you're going to see text turned on. All right, so it's System, Display. So here I'm under System Display. And what I do, I'm just going to scroll down. And again, make sure my display is selected, because otherwise it won't be for your specific display that you want to make the change. So this makes sure optimization is on, and you can see here using a flip presentation model if you are playing in. So if you use this one, it will work with borderless windowed games, also even emulators and even some apps. And you can basically just alt-tab quickly without even losing G SYNC benefits. It might have some, by the way, some disadvantage, like maybe slightly higher GPU VRR overhead in some cases. And there's a rare chance of flicker or stutter with certain desktop animations or video playback apps. I mean, I noticed it myself. Let me show you. So basically, I was editing video in DaVinci Resolve, and you can see at the top, by the way, you can see I'm going to show you how to do it. It changes from G SYNC to normal, G SYNC to normal, and this leads to constant flickering on the screen. Because it recognized DaVinci Resolve, at least when I'm editing, that it needs to activate G SYNC. And it just leads to constant flickering. Now the way to deal with it is just add it as an exception in program settings under manage 3D settings. And under monitor technology, make sure it's set to fixed refresh. Make sure to restart the app and it should solve the issue. And now basically it's constantly on normal, so issue solved. So yeah, borderless, windowed, and full screen is just more convenient to have. But if you always play an exclusive full screen and for example you want the absolute lowest latency, full screen mode is the way to go. Now back to the notification, selected display is not validated as G SYNC compatible. Now it doesn't mean that it's actually not working for you, just so you know. For me it shows, but it is working. But what you can do is to check on your monitor, the OSD, that you are turning on adaptive sync or FreeSync or whatever settings that is there. For example, I have FreeSync Premium, so I just turn it on. And for most GPUs, probably DisplayPort would be best for best compatibility. I mean, even if you have RTX 30 series and above with HDMI 2.1 monitor, connector, it still works, but DisplayPort is still more reliable. Try to avoid adapters if you're using ones. Also to make sure that under manage 3D settings, under global settings, G SYNC compatible is chosen for monitor technology. Make sure to install NVIDIA's latest graphics card from the official website. And also restart just in case, just to make sure everything is good. Now the thing is that I want to say that my monitor is not actually on the list, although on the official website it does say that it's G SYNC compatible. So maybe it's not updated and maybe it uses this database in order to check that display is compatible. So although it might support it, maybe it might display this message because it's still not updated in the list. I'm not 100% sure about that. And before we actually go to the test, make sure your display that you actually want G SYNC to be available on is actually a main display or set as a main display. One way to see it in NVIDIA Control Panel, if you go to set up multiple displays, you can actually see if it's start your display that is assigned number actually has an asterisk there. This means that this is the main display, primary display. Now to change this, go to System Display in the Control Panel and then identify which display is it that you want to change, and then choose the non-primary display that you want to turn into a primary display. Click multiple displays to expand it, and there's an option, make this main display. Just click it and then apply, and then you're going to make that other display that you want to make primary a primary one. And by the way, you can see the same thing in the NVIDIA app as well, so you might want to check it out there if you want to. So how to activate the G SYNC indicator so you can see when it's active on the top right corner, otherwise it's going to say normal. So it's kind of confusing sometimes, on the NVIDIA website it said click display, but this is not the one on the sidebar. Basically, if you click, for example, this one, at the top you can see 3D settings. But if I click setup G SYNC, at the top I see the option display. So we need to click display, and once you click it, you'll have the option called G SYNC compatible indicator. And this just shows that, again, when the app is actually active, you're going to see if it's compatible with G SYNC or not. If it's not, you're going to see the word normal. And if it's compatible, you're going to see G SYNC in green, text G SYNC in green. So that's how we do it. But the ultimate test is actually trying it. You can try it in games. However, there's an app. If you Google G SYNC Pendulum demo, you're going to reach this address. And then if you scroll down, eventually you're going to find an option to download an app called G SYNC Pendulum Demo. It was released back then in 2013. It's around 41.4 megabytes, so download it to your computer. Now, if you search for it on Windows, you're going to find the G SYNC Pendulum Demo and the G SYNC Pendulum Demo configuration. Now, the reason I recommend checking the G SYNC Pendulum Demo configuration first, and it also allows you to choose the resolution. It will work, of course, on your primary monitor. For example, I chose the non-full screen. And then you can actually see it with your own eyes how it works. Now at the top, you're going to see VSync, no VSync, and G SYNC. You can try all the three options. If you are unable to click G SYNC, this means that it's not active. Another indicator on the top right, you can see that there's a text G SYNC in green. It shows that G SYNC is active. When I actually turn it on to no VSync, you see the indicator is not active anymore. Now it's on because I turn it on. Right? Same goes to if I go with VSync. So you can clearly see that it's actually taking place and works based on that indicator. And of course, you're going to see it visually on the screen. Now, there are different options here to simulate different refresh rate. Depends on your, of course, display. You can choose between, for example, 40 and 60, 60 FPS. There's also an option to choose the minimum and maximum FPS at the bottom. There's an option for that as well. And this is a way to test it, see the effect, of course. and also see that it actually works both on full screen and on window mode, right? Both again with your eyes, with the ability to click G Sync and the indicator on the right side. This is instead of trying to find a game that actually support it and try it in-game and see if it works or not. And this is just a really easy way to test it out. Now, of course, after that, you can just leave the indicator on just to make sure that, to know which games do support it. But you can turn it off, of course, if you want. And when you're in game, you can easily test it. For example, just do a close-up with fast camera pans and tearing will be obvious without G Sync. But again, just in case you're not even using G Sync and you have V Sync on, of course, you're going to see similar results. Again, for better or for worse, depends. But overall, again, if you want to test it with and without, you want to disable V Sync in-game and test it out with G Sync. Yeah, hopefully this guide helped you out. It covers a lot when it comes to setting up G Sync and testing if it works for you as well. If you have any other tips for other users, anything to add, in the comment section below. I'm sure many people will love to hear that, and maybe other questions they are asking that they need answered that it's not appear in this guide. I will be there as well, but if you can provide answers there, I'll thank you a lot, and I'm sure they will do as well. Thanks for watching.